Hey, good morning. It's Kevin, and today is the 20th of November 2020. I am happy to be here with you. Thank you for joining me. Um, I'll get right to it. Two great cards this morning. I went with my gut. I didn't, sit here too much and think too much about what I was going to say, what I was going to deliver. So, inner child healing is the card that came from Carl Gray's Angel Guide Oracle, the new deck, and then we have the Web Weaver from Colette Baron-Reid's Wisdom from the Hidden Realms. What's interesting is interpretation is everything, and I like the challenge that comes up with pulling two different oracle decks and seeing what happens when you mix the two. It's a bit like spiritual recipe, if you will. Let's try this ingredient with this ingredient. But the message is always really clean and clear and uplifting. So sometimes I wonder, well, what am I doing this for? And I never know. However, when you read or research the deeper meaning behind both these pieces of influence, the inner child speaks about where all of us should go when we're feeling that there isn't very much nurturing. So this is a reminder for those of you out there that at times when you've experienced traumatic events, challenges, we get a bit melancholy, stuck in our head, and I'd say emotional. Let the feelings of it, the emotions of it, let it lift up, because it affects the heart and it affects that part of ourselves that feels that we've outgrown certain things or we shouldn't do certain things. Even adults want to cuddle a teddy bear. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's what the inner child talks about. We're in the season of Thanksgiving, and truly, obviously, as a culture, many of us are facing unprecedented times. The big cloud of ugh and struggle is upon us. It doesn't have to be that way. What if your alternative was to nurture that inner child, to find a way to giggle and laugh, to lighten up, to brighten up? And if that is what it takes to encourage other people to talk about a time in their lives where things perhaps were difficult, but yet something happened to pull them out of that difficulty. I'm always amazed at how ingenious folks are, some folks, at saying, well, this is a bit of a difficult situation. Let's turn it upside down and find the positive in it. Those are what I was speaking of the other day when I said we spiral up or we spiral down. The staying the same, that the energy of sameness is okay. It's a neutralizing point. It's a place to reflect. It's not a place to stagnate. When things are still and nothing's happening, reflection, nurturing, gathering, just sitting with what marinates, as opposed to flatlining. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like taking a step back, taking a little look, taking a little view of the highway ahead and seeing the journey you've come on and just resting a bit. So the Web Weaver talks about divine intelligence. I'd say when you put the two of these together, the inner child and the Web Weaver, there are things in our lives we haven't done. There's a spirit inside of us that is yet to be released and looked at. There is a burning desire to accomplish something. And I'm not talking about skydiving or something, an activity that involves a lot of people, a rock concert of sorts. No, I'm talking about something that puts you on the map, something that highlights your own inner talent, a poem, a book, something you need to accomplish that you haven't done, a project, a credit for college, higher learning, trying to do something different, whether it's cooking, whether it's a task that speaks to the inner child, that speaks to the inner effervescence, that speaks to the inner fun. Getting in touch with your inner child and nurturing that creativity inside. Crochet, painting, drawing, anything of a creative nature, especially if when you were little, you tried to be creative and you sabotaged something by saying it wasn't any good. You weren't any good. This is rubbish. Any of that. Reconnect with that creative pulse that's beating. Music, writing, reading, listening, something that taps into the deeper part of your soul that's creative. And then use the web weaver to pull the spiritual element of it in and see what you can create with it. What I love about this time, and there is something to love about it, is the chaos that gets created is creation itself, in by which it creates a situation that you can go in any direction you want, because every direction becomes plausible. Think about it. You can choose whatever you want right now. There's a bigger, there's an opportunity everywhere because things are up in the air. Nothing's landed. That's the absolute most powerful place to dig into something bigger, brighter, better, because we all want something bigger, brighter, and better. And if you look at it in a different way, the constructs, the structure of everything is being challenged by mankind itself. This newer generation of people that I'm looking at, being with, in awe of, and I'm talking about the generation of, 12-year-olds, pre-teens, into adults, mid-20s. When I look at how very quickly a number of them adapt to this, I'm in awe of their ability to be able to do it pretty quickly. And I look at, would I have been able to cope with learning something remotely or with all this technical stuff at 8, 9 years old? Probably not. I don't know. It wasn't available. So when I get childlike, I think, ooh, what are they doing? How are they doing it? I've had several parents that are friends of mine who've said, teaching mathematics these days isn't the way it was when we were learning mathematics. Well, how is it? There's a lot more steps. Well, why? I don't know. This is the nurturing the inner child. It's the getting in touch with the new way of learning, the new way of being. I share a story about my mum when she got her first microwave. I think it was a Moffat. It was a big house thing, huge. When you turned it on, it made this awful buzzing noise. My grandmother, who never knew what a microwave was, thought this thing was the devil. She was not happy that in less than a minute something comes out hot, and there was something about that machine that was evil or bad or terrible or it would make you sick. I'm making up a story, but in essence, new and modern technology terrified my grandmother. Same with when the computer age came and everyone had a computer in their house, the internet came and everybody was online. My own parents were a little fearful of it because it was something new. Now, with this tech world, we're having to learn about cameras, lighting, content, putting it all together, and how quickly we do it. And we're having to learn it, having to do it. Not a question of well, you can choose not to. We have to. It's just an interesting time to be on the planet. All right. So, using the web weaver and the inner child, let's meditate. Um, bring your feet flat on the floor. Take a big breath in. Release out anything that you are troubled by, anything that is burdensome, anything that's on your heart that has you feeling less than positive. And for today, when you breathe in opportunity, possibility, peace. Release and let go of poverty thinking, struggle thinking, negative thinking, lack thinking, limitation thinking. Let it go. Make present on your next inhale, love. Release out fear. Breathe in abundance. Release thoughts and feelings of scarcity. Breathe in exuberance. Cut and release laziness. Breathe in bright and shiny. Cut and burn off dark and dismal. Consciously connecting with the exchange of thoughts and feelings leaving you. Bring your attention to your physical body where you are right now. Allow your mind's eye, your consciousness to settle itself. Allow the thoughts to gently settle, let them go. Don't connect to them, don't attach to them, just see them as pictures and roll them on by. Get settled until you see a blank screen in front of you where there's no image. Settle down the listening. Soften. Ease up the thoughts. Let them go. And continue to connect with your breath. Allow every inhale to heal your physical body, the tissues, the muscles. Use the power of your spirit, your cleansing breath, to clean and invigorate, oxygenate, and heal your blood, your tendons, muscles, nerves. Allow the soft oxygen to neutralize and heal your glandular system. Your endocrine system. Let the healing breath come in and expand your respiratory system. Think of all the used energy, all the expired cells, all the toxins. Let them be extinguished on your exhale, and use the power of your spirit the healing abilities of your intelligent body to release and let go of the toxins, the physical toxins that no longer work. As you release and let go of these toxins, you are creating space for new growth, for healthy cells. As you exhale and release negative thoughts, judgment, control, fear, you open and make space for love, for tolerance, for patience, for joy, for fun, for lightness, for peace. And from this space of peace, possibility, opportunity and growth, use your mind, your third eye center, and your power of visualization to see yourself in a large movie theater on your own, picture yourself in the middle of the movie theater with the most spectacular view of the screen. Quietly anticipating the start of your movie. Imagine the house lights dimming, this large screen ahead of you illuminating. As the movie begins, picture yourself seated, happy. See your siblings looking at you. There's a smile on their face. Picture your mother, your father, allow these images to see you as a child. Turn to your mother and look at her face and how proud she is of you. Listen to how proud your father is of you. Allow your parents and your siblings to be with you in this space of pride, of love, of support, and of nurturing. See your father's parents, your grandparents on your father's side. With smiles on their face, the lightness and the love in their eyes. See them turning to your father with love and pride and healing. See your mother. Begin to see her parents. See the love on their face, the healing in their hearts. As they turn to your mother with the expression of pride and love, in healing and forgiveness. Continue watching as members of your family from generations before, those you may recognize, those you may not, Allow this vision of your ancestors gathering in your movie all of your aunts and your uncles, all of the cousins and siblings of your parents and grandparents. Allow the opportunity and the possibility of this vision to create the energy of forgiveness, to create the energy of pride, create the energy of balance, of healing, of love. Continue breathing in this loving, open possibility, positivity, energetic healing. As if by magic, place yourself, take your place at the center of all these people, your ancestors, the vision of your ancestors. Allow your physical being in the presence to be filled with love, with pride, with forgiveness, with healing. Extend this feeling, this energy and vibration out to these ancestors you see and feel and visualize. Begin to feel their energy as they open up their hearts, as the energy from you of healing, of peace, of forgiveness, of understanding and healing see how this energy coming from you has the ability to heal all of them. Take this opportunity of meditation and creative vibration to release the ties that bind you to all the unpleasant energies in your past. Release All the unpleasantries of the past of your ancestors, let them go. One by one, gently see the essence and the spirits of your great-great-grandparents, great-great-uncles and aunts, second, third, fourth cousins, all of their extended relatives. Imagine each and every one of them lifted, lightened, and come to your grandparents, see them lifted and lightened, healed and forgiven by your parents. And see you offer your love and forgiveness to both your parents. Witness the healing energy on their faces, in their hearts, and see their vibration lifted. Now bring your attention to you. And see yourself and your inner child. For all the decisions and the things you've done to yourself, said to yourself, and believed of yourself that was unkind or cruel. Use this opportunity in this space of openness, of grace and respect to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for calling yourself names. Forgive all your self-sabotages. Forgive all your self-doubts. Gently allow your movie vision to come to a close. Bring your mental attention back to the present time. Place your hands at prayer, heart center. Honor yourself for doing this work, this creative visualization, processing through. Lift your thumb knuckles up between your eyebrows, and together we bow and say Namaste. Hmm. With this energy of healing, this time of Thanksgiving, anytime you come up against a image or thought or feeling of the past that perhaps hurts, feels sad, take a breath in, forgive yourself. Take a breath out, release it. The one nugget I want to pass on to all of you, and we all have to spend this time reflecting on situations that we wish we could change where you can. Know that anything that's happened to you, that's occurred for you, even if it's challenging, difficult, sad, upsetting, some of it was not intentional and some of it was intentional. But the experience of it, the reaction to it, the response to all of it is actually where the magic takes place. One of the things I know for sure is we have the power to choose. Even when there's no choice, nothing going on, that's still choosing. So with all the choices you make, all the lists of things you want to accomplish in 2021, or even next week, or even holiday gathering, give yourself the opportunity of knowing that if your intention is for the highest good of yourself and everyone else, and you get a charge and a feeling of joy, of uplifting, of accomplishment, of all that sincerity, all the things that speak to your inner child, lift your inner child, know that that's on your path of destiny, that's in front of you. I hope you've enjoyed this meditation. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 5:30 for another one. So in the meantime, enjoy your Friday. Do something that makes a difference to yourself and others. Bye.